everybody, this is Scott Pressler and Jason, and my buddy here is a former Democrat that voted for Hillary Clinton, and today I'm very proud to say that he is supporting Donald Trump!
Always, absolutely.
And look at that hat. Oh my gosh, is that a Scott Pressler signed MAGA hat? I think we have a Democrat that has walked away.
It happened.
Thank you, Jason.
It happened to you.
Join the NHL in the fight to end racism. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Matt Dumba.
I'd like to say thank you to all the fans watching at home and all the people making a positive difference in our world right now. We appreciate you. I know none of us need to be reminded about how our day-to-day lives have been affected by the outbreak of COVID-19. So I hope the Stanley Cup playoffs can bring a little normality and peace of mind during all these times of uncertainty. I'll transition topics to a topic that is very important to me, my fellow members of the Hockey Diversity Alliance, and the NHL. During this pandemic, something unexpected but long overdue occurred. The world woke up to the existence of systematic racism and how deeply rooted it is within our society. For those unaffected by systematic racism or unaware, I'm sure that some of you believe that this topic has garnered too much attention during the last couple months. But let me assure you, it is not. Racism is a man-made creation, and all it does is deteriorate from our collective prosperity. Racism is everywhere. Racism is everywhere. And we need to fight against it. On behalf of the NHL and the Hockey Diversity Alliance, we vow and promise to stand up for justice and fight for what is right. I know firsthand, as a minority playing the great game of hockey, the unexplainable and difficult challenges that come with it. The Hockey Diversity Alliance and the NHL want kids to feel safe, comfortable, and free-minded every time they enter an arena. So I stand in front of you today on behalf of those groups and promise you that we will fight against justice. We will fight against injustice and fight for what is right. I hope this inspires a new generation of hockey players and hockey fans, because Black Lives Matter. Breonna Taylor's life matters. Hockey is a great game, but it could be a whole lot greater, and it starts with all of us.
Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump, fuck him. If he ever get jumped, nigga, I ain't saying nothing. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump, fuck him. I'm DMing this bitch, nigga, I ain't scared of nothing. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump, fuck him. If he ever get jumped, nigga, I ain't...
You know, we're two privileged white Jewish guys who shouldn't be talking at all, right? Like, this is not something we can weigh in on.
When you look at the health of Black people compared to all other groups, we have higher rates of everything. We die more from everything. When we add the impact of this current pandemic on these already existing disparities, it's disgusting that we're now having a conversation about racism being a public health crisis, because racism has always been a public health crisis.
Hey guys, we're out here at the Tulsa Expo Center. We're getting ready to do the Let Her Speak rally. We've got 6 cars out here so far. It's looking to be great. We're trying to get Dr. Jo Jorgensen on the debate stage so we can get her more votes in November. It's awesome. Everything that's going on here today is exciting. We've got people showing up from all over the northeastern Oklahoma to get this thing done. We've got it from Muskogee, we've got it from Grove. And we're going to keep going, and we're going to get this done in about an hour. And don't forget, you also got your very own local candidate, Todd Hagopian here. Full endorsement from me, Rex Lawhorn, former candidate for governor of the state of Oklahoma. Let's get this done in-state and across the nation. Thanks, guys.
Hey, this is Todd Hagopian, live at the Let Her Speak rally at Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're here trying to get Dr. Jo Jorgensen onto the debate stage this fall. Ever since Ross Perot, the Republicans and the Democrats have taken charge of the debates and who gets to be on the stage. Every time we get close, they raise the requirement a few percentages to keep the Libertarian off the stage. So we are here all over the country today, rallying and trying to spread the word so that America can have a real third choice. And we're trying to get Dr. Jo on. So if you are here or if you are at one of the other rallies, get on Facebook, get on Twitter, and spread the word for us. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Hold up. Pose, yeah. Pose. Pose, yeah. Pose. I am. Photo shoot. Pose. I am. Pose, yeah. Pose. Pose, yeah. Pose. Pose, yeah. Pose. Pose, yeah. Pose. I am. Photo shoot. Pose.
My baby daddy chill, but I'ma keep it real. We didn't work out cause he don't pay bills. Baby on my hip so I don't wear heels. Ziploc bags and they got good seals. Cold little fridge, I keep snacks chilled. 4 years old and she don't stay still. Kiss her in the mouth and you might get killed. Eating in the car and I know she gon' spill. Woo! My life is a mess. Why did I have kids? Boarding school is next. I like morning sex, but I can't get no D with her all in my bed.
Mommy.
All I ever really hear is
Mommy.
I don't get a chance to breathe.
Mommy.
All my baby really need is a
Mommy.
Baby wipes for the poop. Don't pull up my hoops. Baby wipes for the poop. Let go of my hoops. Damn, I'm late to class. She didn't take a nap, but now we gotta go. Ooh, then I almost snapped. She really got me mad. She cried on the floor. Walking through my front door, I'm like, where's my wine? Soon as she get on my nerves, night time.
Hey. For fun, I went to your profile and noticed that you have dark skin. Maybe you call yourself black. Do you know what I did when George Floyd died? I bawled my eyes out. I cried like crazy. Do you know how many Black Lives Matter protests I've been to? Do you know how your ancestors were treated? Enslaved, raped, and murdered? Do you not know what they do to the animals right now in the industry? It would be great, even if you're not saving the animals, and if you don't give a shit about anyone but yourself, you at least don't make it worse for people like me who are trying.
I said certified free, 7 days a week, wet and gushy, make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you dealing with some wet and gushy.
I have no doubt that I picked the right person to join me as the next Vice President of the United States of America, and that's Senator Kamala Harris.
Joe Biden kept a lid on who he would choose to help make Trump's first term his last hurrah. But now he's giving everyone the good news. It's Kamala.
I am incredibly honored.
Will she be crowned America's new VP? Elizabeth and Bernie say, well, duh. And in his pants, Mike Pence just made a pee-pee. He's scared of her.
Let me take this opportunity to welcome her to the race.
Kamala. Kamala. A name that makes her critics fume.
We will admit we did not see this coming.
But Kamala.
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 Can sure light up the room. Yes, Queen. With 4 more years of this, we might not make it. That sinking ship we're in won't stay afloat. And though you might say, nah, don't cite her every flaw. Cause frankly, I don't give a just vote for Kamala.
What exactly do you know about Kamala Harris?
They say that she's a lawyer and a scholar, a senator from California. And don't you dare pronounce her name Kamala. It's Kamala.
That is what's called leadership.
Kamala. Kamala. Just watch her squash him like a bug.
And as I said, I can't wait to get out there.
Kamala.
Kamala.
Kamala. Her husband's name is Doug. And though Trump calls her phony, mean, and nasty, there's no doubt she's more qualified than he. She sold me when I saw her come for Kavanaugh. For no one makes a grown man cry like she can. Kamala.
She was probably nastier than even Pocahontas.
Rival style offensive speculation. Such noise is just anathema. An emblem of diverse representation. Is Kamala. Pretty. The president keeps entertaining queries. Things forbid might be against the law. And pushing crazy racist birther theories on Kamala. 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 She's finally come to save the day.
Because I am in this race to win.
Kamala.
Kamala. Kamala.
Kamala.
Girl, don't get in her way. So lest you think there's ages till November, just blink but once and then before you know, October and voila.
I'll see you in Utah.
Girl, get a chaperone. Then meet my brand new mom and daddy, Joe and Kamala.
Kamala.
Hello, black man. From the whole entire world, you have this beautiful snow bunny waiting for you. Come here and get it.
Good night.
There's something happening here, but it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. Think it's time we start. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong.
tonight with an old film, smoke a little weed on the couch.
You don't need me to tell you things are a mess. Donald Trump is destroying our country and everything we care about. We need leaders who will solve problems like climate change and COVID, not deny them. Leaders who will fight against systemic racism and inequality. And that starts by voting for someone who understands how much is at stake. Someone who's building a team that shares our values. It starts with voting against Donald Trump and for Joe Biden. Silence is not an option, and we cannot sit this one out. We all have to vote like our lives and the world depend on it, because they do. The only way to be certain of the future is to make it ourselves. Please register, please vote.
Because I eat them.
What?
Because I eat them.
What does deer do to you?
All right, you're on video. 'Cause I eat them. Do you buy meat from the supermarket?
Yeah, but we're not going.
You know they get killed. They get killed in dirty areas. Nasty, a whole bunch of
Not a dirty, nasty area.
blood leaking. That's why I'm saying. That's why you don't want that.
You're like a hero on Long Island right now. What? Because kids are upset. They're crying because you want to kill deer.
I'm sorry that they're crying. You need to explain to them that it's part of life.
No, why don't you go? Luke, get away.
Excuse me, please don't hit my car.
Do you have a pet?
Yep.
How would you like to see your pet dead?
Deer's a pet.
How? Hang out in somebody's neighborhood, right?
I'm not trying to do anything bad.
Why don't you go somewhere else? Yeah, you are.
I'm not trying to do anything
You're using
bad.
a weapon to an alive animal.
Okay, and I'm gonna eat it. Instead, you let somebody else kill it.
No, you're not.
What do you mean I'm not gonna eat it?
I want people to know 3 things about this new Republican Party that we represent. Number 1, we are a no judgment movement. That wasn't loud enough. We are a no judgment movement. Number 2, this new Republican Party is a movement based on love and compassion and empathy. And number 3, the best way that we show love is through action, not words.
About 5 years ago, I was the victim of a notoriously deadly medical error. I survived, but only to be diagnosed with a rare and terminal bone cancer. You know, the Democrats love to talk about healthcare being a human right. But a right to what? Well, I'll tell you. To them, it's a right to marijuana, opioids, and the right to die with dignity.
In 2017 and 2018, I had I went through a reckoning of self and really reprioritized what was important and validation and my association with validation or my relationship with validation. And, you know, there was just a shift that happened in my life and my career. I wasn't getting as high on my own supply as I used to anymore. It's like I had been to the top of the mountain. I had seen the view and I had gotten too used to it. So of course the universe decided to come in and said, all right, sweetie, let's figure this one out. I have fallen flat on my face so many different times and learned from that growth and, you know, have been living in the public and the spotlight for over 12 years and have, you know, had moments that were really intense. And so for me, I don't necessarily like to avoid or ignore. I just like come to terms. I'm like, look, I needed that.
This is tough. I mean, right now my head is like ready to explode, like just in the thoughts of what's going on. And I don't know if I'm even appropriate enough to say it, what the players are feeling and how they're feeling. And I haven't talked to any of the players. I'm just like coming in, even like driving here and getting into the studio, hearing calls and people talking. And for me, I think the biggest thing now is to kind of, as a black man, as a former player, I think it's best for me to support the players and just not be here tonight. And figure out what happens after that. Yeah, I just don't feel equipped to do that.
And I respect that.
Hello, and welcome to Comments That Make You Think, what the fuck is wrong with you? Part 43. Let's take a look at our first comment. Why don't you like Trump? Funny you should ask. Number 1, abandoned and mistreated foreign allies. 2, condoned and practiced sexist behavior. 3, stirred up racial tensions. 4, relied on nepotism within his administration. 5, botched a response to a global pandemic. 6, tried repeatedly to build a very costly, enormous, failure-prone wall at our border. 7, led a war on the free press. 8, separated immigrant children from their families. 9, supported discriminatory policies to prevent LGBTQ couples from adopting. 10, attempted to restrict and regulate private media companies that challenged him. 11, his authorization of military force to discourage protests condoning the use of violence against Americans. So here's the real question. Why do you like him? Your turn.
Every time you eat an ice cream cone, you have paid somebody to rape a mother cow, force her to be pregnant against her will without consent, taken her baby boys away, killed them for veal, and stolen her milk.
He's susceptible to low-quality information, it seems to me. If you exist in a Fox News silo or a Facebook silo of extreme right-wing propaganda, what you will notice, and by the way, this even makes its way into the mainstream, when a black man is killed by law enforcement, the stories that come out about him, especially in those silos with low-quality information, paint him as a very bad person.
You know, you got to be careful about generalizing. When you talk about low-quality information, you got to be specific about that. Excuse me, just like you brought up Fox News, there are people that can look at CNN or MSNBC, and they're going to have their opinions about those networks, not to mention the fact, wait a
this
minute,
is not an issue of opinion, Stephen A. I'm talking about independent fact-checking organizations and the quality of the information. It is not equivalent to CNN and Fox News. I'm sorry.
Hold on. No. We listened to you. We heard you. All right? But the point is, do you know that Urlacher got that information from Fox News? Do you know that? How do you know what television network he was watching?
No,
That's the
I
point.
didn't, and I didn't say he did.
Don't even bring it up. All right, then. So don't even you said low quality information. You mentioned Fox News.
I'm talking about.
I watch them all.
No, but I saw
certain
facts that he was incorrect about, including he reached for the knife because that's where it's framed in low-quality information.
We heard you.
News
See, that's your problem because you like to talk, and then what you don't want to do is hear the other point because you want your point to be stuck with everybody else.
You're just mischaracterizing what I said.
When you talk about low quality information, you need to be specific and identify exactly who you're talking about and know what you're talking about before you just castigate somebody like that. That's all. I don't want people doing that on First Take. I don't want people doing that on First Take, period.
Stephen A.
As it pertains to Urlacher.
Stephen A., let me be very clear.
As it pertains to Urlacher,
he was wrong. Low-quality information silos like Fox News, let me be very clear and being specific, and some right-wing Facebook kind of news silos. That's what I'm discussing. And when I see facts cited like he was reaching for a knife, that is a tip-off to me.
Okay, fine. All right, you're wrong, but that's...
I'm more concerned with the geopolitical implications of these movements because he really wants to be part of a movement to awaken white identity in people as not white people as not just a source of guilt, but as a source of pride and power and conscious protective, like as a political agenda. And that I think it's already catching fire, but it's like we're on the verge of it becoming really just spiraling out of hand.
I can stand right here if I want. Don't tell me to get lost. You can run, but you can't hide. Did you guys film what happened to Rand Paul last night? How would you like that to happen to you? We're Americans too. Our lives matter, don't we? Even though we're white? Yeah, you can act like you got someone in text, but you're really just a pussy. How do you sleep at night when you lie to people? How do you sleep at night when you're a fucking liar? Are you both calling the same person? Nobody? Call Joe Biden. Maybe you can wake him up from his fucking nap and his pudding.